What's up guys, Alex here from FIFA Scouting Tips and welcome to part 1 of the FIFA 15 Scouting Guide. Now I've decided to do this Scouting Guide in several different parts because I kind of thought that one big video would be pretty unwieldy, lot to look at, and so different sections means it'll be easier to find what you're looking for, I think. So in this video I'm going to be looking at choosing a scout, how you can find the best scout to go out and find good players. And in subsequent videos I'm going to be looking at the best places you can send them, how you can recognise good players in scouting reports, and also the best ways to develop your young players. And probably the first thing to say is that you can look here and you can probably notice that career mode looks pretty similar to FIFA 14, and I'm afraid the same goes for scouting. It's pretty similar, if not near identical to FIFA 14. It's not quite the same, but it is more or less the same, so it's pretty disappointing really. I've seen a lot of people saying that when you find scouts, when you go into your squad, they actually have a face, they're not just silhouettes anymore. That's the only difference in scouting. Well, it's not quite the only difference. I have noticed one more thing, which is that the list of scouts that you can hire from this screen here changes every Monday. In FIFA 14 it used to change every Sunday, and so the fact of that and the faces in your squad, they're the only major changes, I think tells you all you need to know really, which is a bit of a shame. But regardless of that, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to tell you how you can get the most out of it, because it's always good to know. So the first thing you're going to want to do if you're going to get a scout is you go to the office tab and you go to youth staff, go to hire a scout, and you'll see you have a list here of scouts that you can hire. They range from 1-star in experience and 1-star judgment, like this man here. 42,000 it would cost you to hire him, to 5 stars in both, which would cost you over 7.5 million. So there's a big difference in price, but there's also a big difference in quality. So if you're looking at experience and judgment, what do these two things mean? Well, judgment first of all relates to the quality of player that your scout will find. So the higher judgment rating he has, the more likely he is to find the top players, the best ones that you really want to have in your squad and in your youth academy. 1-star scout, it is possible that he's going to find good players, but the problem is it's not quite so likely. And if we're going back to FIFA 14, I remember that a person on FIFAscoutingtips.com found a good bit of information which he posted up, and that was the breakdown of what each different rating in judgment actually means. So I'll go through that just briefly now. So if we look at, for example, 1-star in judgment, 1-star judgment means that he has a 75% chance of finding what the game terms bronze players, so the lowest rung of players. 75% chance. 17% chance of finding silver players, 5% chance of finding gold players, and a 3% chance of finding platinum players. So he could find platinum players, the best players, but it's very unlikely. It's only 3%, so he can do it, but it's not very likely to happen. 5 stars on the other hand, 20% chance of bronze players, 53% chance of silver players, 17% chance of gold players, and 10% chance of platinum players. So that's more than 3 times as likely to find platinum players, so it's a much better chance. If you want to see the whole list of that, what the different ratings do for judgment, head over to FIFAscoutingtips.com. There'll be a list up on there for you. Link will be in the description. So as you can see here, all these scouts are more or less from the same region. They're all from a region which the game calls Southern Europe. And this is determined by the team that you're managing. So I am managing Barcelona, you can see here, nice generic manager name. And so all the scouts that you have to hire are all from that region. And one thing which I've noticed really is that the region which you do send your scout to, it used to be in previous versions of FIFA that sending your scout to his own country would be better. He'd get better players. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore, or if it is the case, it's such a marginal difference that it really doesn't matter. In previous versions of FIFA, if you went to send a scout to his own country, you'd have a little star come up next to his name. That isn't the case anymore. It doesn't come up, and like I said, the difference between the players the players that they find is so marginal that it's not worth it. What you need to find is the top scouts, the 5-star scouts, and it doesn't really matter where you send them to, they're going to find good players regardless of that. So if we hire this scout here, you'll notice if we go to the second box they're all the same scouts except one who's different, which is this guy here from the Netherlands. And what happens is when you hire a scout, his replacement comes from the next region in the game, and the game has a list, so it goes like Northern Europe, Southern Europe, Central Europe. It scrolls through the different regions and you get different scouts from this region. However, when you go to Monday, the list of scouts will change, but it won't actually, the region they're from will not change. So if we go to Monday, I'll show you what I mean. You'll have new scouts in there, but they will all be from Southern Europe. So Central Scout, all from Southern Europe. So, and also that replacement scout which we brought in from the Netherlands, he's now gone and he's been replaced by another scout from from Southern Europe. So, that's interesting enough, but one thing which is good about this replacement system is you can very quickly get lots of very good scouts. So you don't need to wait until Monday when the scouts change if there are no good scouts on your list, or if there's only one good scout, for example. So if you hired this scout here, 5 stars in both experience and judgment, we'll go there and then go to the next box. He's now being replaced by this guy from Austria who's 4 stars in both, and that's still pretty good. So he's still the most expensive scout, still the best scout that you can hire. So what this means is you don't need to worry about hiring a scout and then having to wait until Monday to find another good scout come up. You can hire a scout and then he'll be replaced by another good one, as long as the first scout that you hired was good as well. So this means that you can very quickly rack up lots of good scouts, send them all out to different regions very quickly and find good players. So that's what we want to do. We want to be going to find out good players, and by hiring replacements like that, you can do it nice and quickly. So I think that'll wrap it up for today's video, guys. If you do have any thoughts on what I've said today, or any ideas on how I can improve the videos, please do let me know, because I really want to make sure that this is all helpful for you, all good stuff. Please let me know in the comments below. If you thought it was good, leave a like or subscribe, that'd be really awesome, and head over to FIFAscoutingtips.com. There'll be a link in the description as well. And that'll wrap it up for this week, guys. Cheers for watching.